lot of people freak out when it comes to their 40th birthday, fearing they're over the hill. But psychologist and author Dr. Robi Ludwig says, don't freak out. Your best age is now. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I love it. I was just telling you, I love this concept.
Yeah.
And I think it's so timely because, I mean, you see it, whether it's your 40th birthday, 50th, 60th, people freak out.
I know. And it's also taking all of us a lot longer to get older, and science is changing, and so we're living a lot longer. So I don't want anyone giving up on themselves prematurely.
So how do you reinvent how you feel about your age? Because again, we're taught to obsess about the number. So how do we reinvent the way we think about this?
Well, I recommend tapping into your teen energy. Now, the studies show the younger you feel, the more optimistic and hopeful you feel. So it's a little bit like Botox for the brain.
I like it.
So let me show you a little bit what I mean, okay? So Dr. Ordon, I heard in high school, you had a crush on Bridget Bardot.
I liked, I mean, who wouldn't?
And I heard your idol was James Bond.
All the way.
Oh.
Bond.
I can see why you would like him.
It was a great time to grow up.
And you like Led Zeppelin? Always a man
Stairway
with
to Heaven,
taste.
baby.
Yes, yes.
I was a big Led Zeppelin fan, correct?
Now, how often do you feel like that guy in high school?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, see?
Quite a bit.
Right.
And as you know, and I think he will attest, that I'm positive. My wife still calls me a kid. And I think that part of that goes back to, I mean, all my years were good. I mean, would I like to look like a teenager in my 20s again? Of course. But honestly, playing football, I think 17.
Yeah, look.
That was the senior prom right there.
Wow. Now you look like James Bond.
See, I got a little too much sun that day, I think, before the prom. But anyways, I think your whole concept is true, that if you have a happy period in your life and you sort of go back to that in time, that it really is a big
I think
boost.
Dr. Ordon does a great job of embracing his inner teen.
Yes. And I think
he is really good at it.
For other people out there, music is also a fabulous way to energize oneself and to make one feel really good.
Well, is not also part of it? I feel as though there are certain cultural norms where, by nature, as we get older, we act more serious. And that's one of the things I have to say, Dr. O, and getting back to the inner teen, that guy doesn't take himself too seriously.
Now, you're not off the hook either.
Whoa, wait,
okay,
thanks so much for being here, Dr. Ludwig. We had so much fun.
Is my couch time over?
It is funny. I love when you were looking at Drew, and Drew's thinking, uh-oh, couch time coming.
I know. So a little birdie told me, AKA my producer, that you had a crush on Alyssa Milano.
Who didn't growing up?
Yeah. Wanted to marry her.
Well, I mean, in high school, she was all the rage. I guess it was even before high school.
Right, she was cute.
So,
Still cute. And you like Van Halen?
Some good music back in the 80s, I have to say. Some quality music.
So here's another piece of advice I give to people, to ask, what would your younger self advise your older self?
There he is. Is that the prom, baby?
There we go.
No. I was going to a Van Halen concert.
No, you weren't. Is that a prom picture?
I think it was. Yes, indeed.
So
that's hilarious.
What would that guy advise you?
Honestly? When I was young, I actually took life way too seriously. I was actually a really pretty serious kid, to the point where my older self wants to tell me, it's okay to relax, Travis, every now and then. So it's funny, I look back and thinking, God, well, not him.
I love that blonde hair.
But one of the funny things about what I've discovered in middle age is that you never stop dreaming. You never stop having passions.
There's always a new dream.
Yeah, so you move on, but I think that little piece of when you're a kid and you're dreaming about things in life, if you never stop dreaming, to me, it always helps me feel like a kid.
And to keep in touch with that inner sense of play. And because that's very important to our enjoyment and happiness. and I give strategies in my book.
And
so I'm
your book
excited
is
to
Your
get
Best
it out
Ages
there.
Now,
Yes,
right?
Your Best Ages Now.
And the best part is Dr. Ludwig brought a copy for everyone in the audience. Enjoy. Robbie, thanks for being with us.